Over the course of minigames, we've seen a couple different iterations of the Devil Trigger forms for Dante and Virgil, with the most recent and most powerful forms being the Sin Devil Trigger forms introduced in DevilMayCry 5. These forms differ quite a lot from the standard Devil Trigger forms that we see and are introduced to in DevilMayCry 3. And today in this video, I'll be breaking down the many differences not only between Dante and Virgil's respective Sin Devil Trigger forms, but what makes them different from the standard forms, as well as how powerful they are, and the gameplay differences between both of them. So if you enjoy DevilMayCry and you like this video, consider dropping a like and a sub on the channel. I'll be making more DMC content in the future, and this is the start of a new DMC series on this channel. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Ha! There you are! Hey, what's wrong with you? Hey! Hey, Dante!
The demonic power was activated in me once, when Virgil lovingly jammed this through my chest. I always wondered, why did my father give me the rebellion?
Okay.
Starting off with the legendary Devil Hunter himself, we see Dante revisiting his childhood home after losing to Urizen, which is the demon half of Virgil. Thinking about a way to grow stronger and become more powerful, he remembers that in DMC 3, the rebellion was once used to unlock his original Devil Trigger, and he comes to the conclusion that if the Yamato can split man from demon, then the rebellion can do the opposite and fuse them together. So, being in possession of the Devil Sword Sparta, he stabs the rebellion into himself, absorbing both, which would then unlock his new Sin Devil Trigger form. This form is far and away stronger than his normal DT, as well as transforming the Rebellion and the Devil Sword Sparta into the Devil Sword Dante. Now, how this form works for Dante can be a bit confusing, as in gameplay, you have to stab yourself with the Devil Sword Dante in order to activate Sin Devil Trigger, but later on we see that Dante can transform without doing this, though he is still holding the Devil Sword Dante. So it's a bit confusing on if he just has to be holding it or wielding it, or if he can do it on his own whenever he wants, or if just stabbing himself is a gameplay mechanic and isn't really canon to how he activates it every time. One thing to note is that Dante can also transform into his Sin Devil Trigger form without stabbing himself with the Devil Sword Dante if you have a triple S rank, which leads me to believe that Dante can just transform at any time, and that this is just simply a gameplay mechanic to differentiate himself from Virgil. This power boost for Dante would be absolutely insane, as before he was getting one-shot by a Urizen sitting on his throne and not even trying, while now in STT, he absolutely dominates full power Urizen, and not only that, but defeats a Urizen powered up by the Qliphothr fruit, which is a Mundus level power up. Think of if Goku went from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan God. That's the type of power up we're talking about. It's absolutely insane. Moving on from Dante, Urizen, after eating the Qliphothr fruit, is defeated and fuses back with V into his full original form as Virgil. The consuming of the Qliphothr fruit gave Virgil so much of a power boost that it also unlocked his SDT as well, and has put him on par, if not stronger, with SDT Dante. Now, there are quite a few differences gameplay-wise with how Dante and Virgil transform and use their power respectively. Once Dante enters his SDT form, he has to stay in that form for the full duration until the meter has run out. Unless you have triple S rank, where Dante can enter in and out of the form quickly for a couple of attacks, but if you stay in the form too long, he is once again locked into the form until the meter runs out. Now, in his SDT form, Dante is unable to weapon switch or use any of his other weapons other than Devil Sword Dante. It's unclear if this is just a gameplay mechanic to try and balance out and make Dante's form different from Virgil's and how they use them, or if this is also canon, as we never see Dante use any other weapons in this form in any cutscene of any kind or any external material. And while he can't weapon switch or use any of his other unique weapons, he is granted a ton of unique abilities and extremely overpowered attacks in this form. Moving on to Virgil, unlike Dante, he can exit the SDT form anytime he wishes, saving a little bit of that meter. And unlike Dante, who needed a triple S rank in order to enter in and out of SDT quickly in order to get off a couple of moves, upon entering the form, Virgil has a period of time before his SDT meter starts draining. This allows Virgil to essentially go in and out of SDT constantly, as long as you don't go over the period of time that it gives you. Not only this, but Virgil has access to all of his weapons while in this form, with all of his combos and moves getting extended movesets and much more powerful. He's also given access to 3 screen clearing abilities, which are supposed to be his equivalent to Dante's ultimate attacks as well. All of these things combined ultimately makes Virgil's SDT more versatile and easier to use, as well as being able to use it more often, as you don't need a style rank to constantly enter in and out of it. And with that being said, guys, those are the differences between Dante and Virgil's Sin Devil triggers, both thematically and mechanically. Let me know down in the comments which Sin Devil trigger you prefer. Personally, I'm a bit biased towards Virgil. I like the blue, I like his design, and I'm just a Virgil main, so of course I'm going to lean towards him. But let me know who you guys prefer down in the comments. I want to see some Dante fans down there. Defend your boy. Alright, that'll be it from me. I'll catch you guys on the next one.